So tomorrow, which will probably be today for you if you're watching this video, I'm hoping to embark on what is probably going to be one of the most challenging voyages of my life so far. If not, maybe the most challenging. We'll see. I'm going to be sailing out of Panama on my own on Tally-Ho, heading east for a bit to get a better wind angle, and then heading north and attempting to cross the Caribbean Sea and sail to Cuba. Now, the reason I'm making this video is to bring everyone up to date and up to speed on what is going on, because over this next few days, over this voyage that I've got coming up, I'm hoping to share some real-time updates. And so if I haven't got everyone up to date beforehand, those subsequent updates won't make much sense. So this video is a bit unusual for me. It's shorter, it's just me talking, and it's out of my normal release schedule. You've probably also noticed that there's a lot of stuff on the boat. This is all just basic food, medical, health supplies that I'm hoping to be able to drop off in Cuba, which will then be distributed by a local charity there to people who are suffering from the humanitarian crisis. And I'm going to talk more about that, but I just want to address something quickly. I think a lot of people watch this channel because, partly because it's a place that is completely away from politics, geopolitics, and all the negative stuff that is going on in the world. And I don't want that to change, so I'm not going to be talking about the geopolitical situation in Cuba. Taking this aid there is not a political act in any way, it's purely humanitarian. And I would like to ask you, the audience, to join me in not discussing, not getting deep into the geopolitics in this community, in this space. I'm very grateful and proud that we have such a positive community around these videos, and I'm very proud to have an audience that spans a wide range of walks of life and ages, and also political views. It's a real privilege actually to have the attention of such a wide range of people. So if you guys would be willing to join me in concentrating on the positive side of this, I would really appreciate that. Fingers crossed. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this passage in general, this voyage, this mission. There are a few risks involved. Firstly, the risk of sailing across the Caribbean Sea. It can be quite rough this time of year. The trade winds are still pretty strong. And obviously, as I'm on my own, I'm going to be managing sleep and nutrition and rest and sailing and weather and shipping and all those things. So that'll be challenging, but I think it's a manageable risk. I'm really excited to actually take that on, and doing a voyage like this on my own is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. There's also, of course, a slight security risk in the Caribbean Sea at the moment. I think that is manageable. And then the other risk, which is probably the highest risk really in terms of probability, is that there could be an issue getting this stuff into Cuba, because the situation with the government means it's really hard to get permission, really hard to talk to the right people. So that's the thing I'm most worried about, to be honest, is that we're going to get there and not be able to get into the country, or not going to be allowed to unload this stuff. But anyway, I'm going to do my best and try and get this stuff into the people who need it. I'm going to be sailing to the southeast of Cuba, which is actually the area, I think, where the humanitarian crisis is hitting the hardest. There's not many supplies getting into the country at all, and those that do get in tend to go to Havana. And because there's no petrol, gasoline in the country, they're not traveling from Havana to anywhere else, and particularly the southeast, which is furthest away. Also, the southeast is the area that was hit pretty bad by the hurricane last year, and they're still recovering from that. A lot of food stuff, a lot of that's under the table and under these boxes. These brown boxes are all medical supplies, which are very compact, but much needed. All the stuff came from a list from the charity that I'm working with in Cuba, a list of things that people are really desperate for, things that people really need there. Now, I did think about crowdfunding the money to pay for these supplies, but in the end I decided not to, for a couple of reasons. First is that, like I said, I'm not 100% sure I'll actually be able to get this stuff into Cuba. So I don't want to be making promises that I don't know I can keep, especially if they involve asking people for money. The other reason is that my philosophy generally is just to, if you can, just to do the work first, and then if people want to support it, if they think you're doing something good, then they'll find a way to. And I'm very lucky. I feel very lucky right now. I'm in a position where I've saved a bit of money and I can afford to get these supplies, so I'm just going to go for it. And I've been wanting to do positive things with this boat ever since I started this project, and I've never quite known exactly what that would look like, and I think it will look like different things at different times, but this seems like a really good opportunity, and I think it would be a shame actually to just pass by Cuba without trying to do something to help the people there. And I think we can all agree that the people in Cuba who are suffering are not to blame. They're not responsible for the situation. So anyway, that's it, that's where we're at, and I need to go to bed because I'm very tired, and in the morning I have to find a way to secure all this stuff and stop it from flying around the boat as soon as I start sailing, which is going to be a challenge. But thank you for watching, and thank you so much to everyone who has donated or otherwise supported this project and made all this possible. It really does make a huge difference. It means I'm able to live on this boat, do things like this, make these videos. I really, really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Cheers.